Hello, and welcome to another episode of Random Topic Generator. And in this series, I go to random topic generators online and I just generate topics and I randomly talk about them. the the what's it called? The gift is in the title. The explanation is in the title. But there was another word, another sentence. I don't remember it now. Okay. I will link the random topic generators that I use below, and of course you're gonna see the topics and yeah, pick a random topic that you like. Maybe start a conversation about it. I will join. Maybe I'll make a video reading the conversations. That'll be fun. Okay, let's go to codebeautify.org, random topic generator. Generate 10 topics. Okay, we start with jewelry. Okay, jewelry. It's nice. I mean, jewelry is mainly used by women, of course, but there's been a trend recently of men like wearing rings and stuff. Not really a ring person, but I like bracelets. Maybe a a tasteful bracelet with something, an amulet that means something. I like that. Excuse me. Pipes. I don't know what pipes. They transport stuff, liquids mostly, only. Smart cities. I think that's a step too far and something that we don't want. Someone is rocking the drill. If you hear that, I'm sorry. Smart cities, yes. Step too far. Space mining, yeah, that would be. I don't know what space mining to do. Like they say that there's a lot of gold out in space. So what would happen if we get like all that gold? Gold would be worth nothing, or would someone get it and like then hoard it to control the price of gold? I don't know. What was your first smartphone and how did you feel when you got it? First smartphone, it was. I have to know the. I remember it, but Uh, let me see if I can remember. It's yeah. I remember it. It's the Siemens SRX7, if I can remember. SRX7, I think. Yeah, SX75. Yeah. No. What was it called? How can I forget that? SX1. Oh my god. Oh my god. How can I forget that? The Siemens SX1. That was my first. Was it a smartphone though? I mean, it was. It had like a big. You can play videos on it and stuff. But my first smartphone, I think it was a Samsung. It was the Samsung Galaxy, something Galaxy 2 or something like that. I think that was like yeah, it was the Samsung Galaxy 2. That was my first actual smartphone, but my first phone, like the phone that I consider it would be the first step in smartphones, it was the SX1. It was an amazing phone. Like you'd think that the keys on the side of the phone would make it harder for you to type, but it was a breeze. Do you know what your name means? I'd rather not get into that. Okay, pop culture conspiracies. Pop culture conspiracies, like pop like conspiracies that about pop culture. I don't know what pop culture conspiracies are. I have to Google that. Just give me a minute. Pop culture conspiracies. What is pop culture conspiracies? What are some of your favorite? Let's go to Reddit. What are some of your favorite pop culture conspiracies? Like when Joanna Lee first started taking what Imami Awani project and the Bounty era, people were speculating if she was Christina Aguilera, teenage Diana Ross, and older Smokey Robinson with Michael Jackson's biological parents, but made. Yeah. I'm not really, don't really get into conspiracy theories as a whole. I mean, some are interesting, of course, but I don't know any pop culture conspiracies. I'm sorry. Okay. What is the purpose of art? The art is life. Okay. Art is basically what life is. It's where people go to express their experience. So it's intertwined into the fabric of life. You cannot take it away from. You cannot say the purpose of art because it's the same question of what is the purpose of life. It's the same thing. I know that maybe may sound like hyperbolic, but basically it's the expression. Like art, like everything in the world is basically art. Like the color of the trees, the color of the sky, the water, the corals in the sea. Like everything, nature. It's all just one big giant art project. So it's in us. It's outside of us. It's everything. You can tell I feel pretty strongly about art. What do you bring with you everywhere you go? What do you bring with you everywhere you go? Um, I don't know. Don't we bring like our phones and stuff, keys, something specific? Like if I travel or something, don't really have anything like that. Just bring whatever I need. Very practical. Farmers markets, love them. Love going to farmers market and then just find out what people have this time. Like something new, something tasty, something from the earth. I love them. Okay, let's go to randomtopicgenerator.org. We're gonna generate first writing topic. Okay, the impact of social media on writing habits. It's funny because I I watched this reel on social media about this girl who was writing an essay, and she was texting so much with her friends that she was writing I don't know what's it called in like in the way that write in social media, LOL, stuff like that. And she wrote her essay like that, like with social media lingo. And yeah, and then I don't know. So I don't know why I got on that tangent about the impact of social media on writing habits. I think people right now, which something that I'm guilty of, they write mostly with the intent of how is it gonna be perceived, how is it people gonna read it, because your comments, you're always writing with that mentality in mind, how people are gonna read it, is this gonna get a lot of likes and stuff. But so it can impact your writing habits, because writing's first and foremost, just like art, it's something that you do for yourself. It's something that expression from inside of you. So if you write with the thought of how people are going to perceive you, how people are going to read it, then you kind of miss the point. Excuse me. And you kind of miss the point of the essence of writing. You have to write because it's expression of who you are, expression of something that you want to write. Even if it's like, I'm not saying that you're gonna write like the next big fiction. I think maybe you will, but I'm just even if you write like random things or affirmations or whatever. Not affirmations, I don't really write affirmations, but if you write something for yourself, if you write with the mentality of that people are gonna read that, then it really it missed the point. Okay, conversation starters. One topic. What what's a skill you wish you had? A skill you wish you had. I think anything that has to do with like something like wood turning, not specifically wood turning, but just making something out of nothing, is that a skill or is it a craft? That's a craft. It's a skill. What's a skill? I understand what a skill is, but let's just get technical here. Does skill mean? A skill is a learned ability to perform a specific task, to solve a problem with proficiency, efficiency, and consistent results. Okay, so yeah. So it's a skill to wood turn. The craft is wood turning. Yeah. So something like that, like get like I see these videos online where people get like a piece of like a metal and they melt it and they shape it, or glass or something. That would be nice, to make something, to craft something. I think that would be a nice skill that I want to have. Okay, creative prompts to generate a city that moves every night. Yeah, that was in the movie Mortal Engines. It was about these cities that just kept moving, and they were giant cities, and they had like I think they were crawlers sometimes. Sometimes they were crawlers at the bottom, or giant, like what's it called? The tank um, wheels. What's it called? I don't know. What the tank wheels called? The road wheels. Yeah, the running gear. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the tooth wheels and the that connects the wheels. The drive sprocket. No, it's the drive wheel. The track, the treads. Yeah. Oh my God, tank tracks. The treads. Yeah. What were we talking about? Random subject. A city that moves every night. Yeah, that would be nice. I think I don't believe every city should move every night. That would be wacky. But yeah, you get like imagine if like you're vacation and then like and gotta stop saying like you're on a vacation and in that city that moves every night. So you're in a big area and you're living in a big city, not just a hotel, but like a big city, and then it moves, and then at the end of the vacation, it just goes into the ocean or into the sea. That would be nice, funny and weird. If you could swap lives with someone who nobody, absolutely nobody. If you could swap lives with someone, who would you swap lives? No, absolutely nobody. You know, life's not a breeze, but I wouldn't swap it with anyone. What kind of life do I? Maybe imaginary. Let's go imaginary. Maybe Iron Man. I think he's cool. He has some nice gadgets, which of course, I'm gonna be drawn to that. Okay, school debate topics generate. Is AI helpful or harmful? Harmful in education. If we stick to AI being just a an assistant, then yeah, like if you go into the topic of saying, oh, it's gonna be an AI teacher, then we're gonna start gonna having some thoughts about harm. But is it helpful in like as like an assistant where you go home and then you study and then you ask the AI to explain something, granted that it wouldn't hallucinate as much? Yeah, of course, that can be. Anything can be helpful or harmful, like a a blade you can cut your meat with, or you can do something harmful with. So depends on how you use it. Deep thinking. Does life have intrinsic value? I mean, I mean, what? Deep thinking. Does life have intrinsic value? What am I gonna say about that? What am I gonna say about that? It's life, man. It's life. The fact that you're asking that question, that someone can think of that question, that's the value. That's the whole value. Just the fact that you can ask, does life have intrinsic value? That's the value that you can ask that question. Because life is meant to be experienced, meant to be like, and we have an advantage that we are highly conscious beings, and we can, of course, not discarding that everything can be conscious, but our consciousness in particular is very expressive. It can form things out of nothing. It can make things. It can create things. It can wonder about things. It can engage in a way that other consciousness may not be able to. So, of course, just the fact that you asked, does life have intrinsic value? Of course, it has intrinsic value. Technology topics, the ethics of AI surveillance. I mean, Um, I don't know. AI surveillance. It's gonna miss a lot of things. Gonna miss a lot of things. That's for sure. Single word topics. Chaos. Chaos is basically what everything is. Everything is chaos, and then it will get reformed into order, and then it gets chaos again. Again, reforms into order. Not order in like the the authoritarian order, but order in the beauty order. You know, like you can say, I gotta stop saying like. I sound like a teenager. You can think of like you can think of the air, okay, and the soil. If you're talking about a tree, the air and the soil and the sun and the wind and everything, it's all chaos. You know, it's all just chemicals just floating about in the air, running wild in the soil, sunlight coming in, coming out, clouds. It's all chaos, but then it gets rearranged into this beautiful tree that can give you a nice shade or can give you fruit and give you food. So chaos is everything, and then it gets rearranged and then gets expanded again into chaos. So back, so forth, so forth and so forth. Well, no, I don't know. Okay. Learn hip random conversation topic generator generates random conversation topics for you or your group to talk about. Whoever picks the topic controls the conversation and chooses which questions to ask. Okay. Coffee. I love coffee. I can't get enough of coffee, and I drink it with sugar. Yeah, so you know, it's not very good. But I can't. I tried tasting coffee without sugar. I tried, but it just something doesn't click with coffee unless it has a little bit of sweetness to it, and milk, of course. Like I would drink black coffee with sugar. That's not a bad thing. But just coffee with milk, and I don't know what the taste of coffee is, but it's just something that's so warm and inviting and beautiful, and then it gives you jitters, and then you're like, what the hell? But but it's I love coffee. I love coffee. But as much as I love it, I think I gotta dial down back a bit on it because um, I definitely overindulge in coffee, which doesn't it doesn't affect my sleep or anything. I think it affects the quality of the sleep, which is something that I should be more mindful about because yeah, you can go to sleep easy. It's okay, but your mind is kind of still wired from all that caffeine and running through your system and sugar, just like having like do 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 do, having like a rave inside your bloodstream. So you might want to dial it down a bit. Talking to myself. Okay. Capitalize my title. Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that website. Capitalizemytitle.com. Turn the topic generator. Okay. Topics for business. What's the most exciting thing about your product? I don't have a product. What are you talking about? I think my product is just my my token. So exciting thing about and sharing things, sharing things, random musing about random topics. What's the most exciting about your product? I think it's an outlet for me to just talk about random things. I love communicating and stuff like that. So that's exciting for me. Okay, topics for couples. Did you ever have a one night stand? Scandalous. Let me think. Did I ever have a one night stand? Just a one night stand? No, no, no. It always, it almost always turned to more outing and stuff. Just one night stand? No, I don't think I've had that. Okay. Family. What What is the longest book you've read? How's that topics for family? I think the longest book that I've read was The Secret Teachings of Old Ages by Manly P. Hall. I didn't really get most of it, but it was an interesting read. It was fun to just kind of go through the history of legends and myths and stuff like that everybody kind of participated in. It was nice to just kind of read it all in one place, and he writes in a very interesting and engaging way. That was the longest book I've ever read. I think it was, I don't know how many, 600 pages, 700 pages, something like that. Okay, essays. Generate random topics for essays. Do you prefer to go off the beaten path when you travel off the beaten? Yeah, of course. I mean, it's nice to do all the things that everybody does and stuff like that, but a little bit of adventure never hurt anybody. Just find something new, find something that excites you, and just go do it. Explore. You're traveling. Like you're traveling. Exploration is just intertwined into the fact that you are traveling. So, yeah. Okay, that's it for the random topic generators episode. Thanks a lot for listening. If you sticked around to the end, just like I said, pick a random subject, talk about it, a random topic. I'm sorry, talk about it. We'll maybe have a conversation, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye.